Look, I can safely say that we were not planning to come home from the road trip with this many plants. Yet here we are. Just gonna rip it out. Where's my spade? We're gonna do a plant haul of all of the plants we collected over our 8-day road trip over the Christmas break, and I'm gonna try and do this in chronological order, so in the order of the nurseries that we visited. First up the rank, Bunnings in Goulburn. Let me just start by saying that Bunnings really delivered this Christmas. I don't know what's going on, but most Bunnings that we went into had quirky, rare cacti and succulents that I hadn't seen before, and they had a lot of my wish list plants as well, which is like, I don't know what's going on, but Merry Christmas me. All right, Bunnings Goulburn. What did we get from Bunnings Goulburn? We got a cute little trio of plants. And we're gonna start with this one, which is a very interestingly named Pachyphytum cultivar Dr. Cornelius, which I'm hoping, according to this picture in the tag, will pink up in the sun. But look at how cute that is. So that is like 3 heads. Pachyphytum Dr. Cornelius. I love Dr. Cornelius. Who comes up with these names? There you go. Number 1. And then we've got a cotyledon orbiculata Higginsiae. Look, I know that I'm probably not pronouncing these names correctly, and do I care? No, absolutely not. Do you know how many different ways I've heard Echeveria being pronounced? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Echeveria, 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 Echeveria. There seems to be a lot of options out there. And who's right? Who is correct? You tell me. Orbiculata Higginsiae, whatever. I didn't get into gardening because I love remembering botanical names. She's pretty. Higginsiae is very pretty, and that's all that matters. Okay? Good. And then, oh, I love this name. Who comes up with these? Phocea edulis Hottentot bread. Phocea edulis Hottentot bread. Let me just read on the back here. It says, it is a popular super hard cortex plant which eventually forms a massive swollen base that can be trained into forming amazing bonsai-like shapes. Bingo. It's very, very cute. I don't know if you can see, but it kind of like, it's tall. It goes all the way up here. It's very architectural, which I love. So that's gonna go in a cute pot. So that was, ow! So that was Bunnings in Goulburn. Ow, ow! Cactus spine. I've got all the cactus laid out here in front of me, and there's post-it notes everywhere so that I remember which plants came from which nursery. Where did we go next? So after Goulburn, we went to Peards in Albury because that was the only other nursery, I think, that was in a spot that we were already passing through and didn't have to like detour too far away. Okay, so Peards in Albury got 1 plant and a couple of pots. I'll show you the pots as well because I do love pots. Not as much as about as much as I love plants, I reckon, maybe. So this one is an aloe variegata gator. And I have one, I'm pretty sure I have one that's similar to this, but this one has leaves that are a lot like stockier, if that makes sense. They're kind of like short leaves, and the markings on this are so pretty. Look at the patterning and look how many babies it has. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4 babies. How cute. All right, so that is an aloe variegata gator. Oh, also, you might see the price tag on a couple of these plants, but I'm not gonna focus on showing them. We're not gonna do prices. The audience from my channel is like all over the world. And of course, succulents in the United States especially are going to be cheaper. There are a lot of succulents that are endemic to places like California, Mexico. Not a lot of them are endemic to Australia. A small handful are, but not a lot. So these are not originally from here. Also, our dollar conversion reads slightly higher as well, which a lot of people just don't get. So there's a conversion rate. Anyway, like it doesn't even really matter. If you see the price tag, great. But it's not something that I'm going to be focusing on with this plant haul. They're going to be different. Prices, plant prices are different everywhere. So, you know, I feel like putting them on the screen is a little bit redundant. The pots that we got in Peards in Albury, we got this little pot here, which is very cute. How cute is that? I'm gonna have to break open that hole a little bit more. We also got this rustic looking thing, which is very pretty. We love terracotta pots, so we tend to buy lots of them. I actually thought that I was gonna come home with more pots than plants, only because I've been looking for more pots to put indoor plants in. I mean, I have indoor plant pots, but I feel like my tastes are changing a lot, so I am selling a lot of my pots on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. Anyway, what's next? What is next? Oh, okay. We went to Cactus Country and we didn't end up getting anything from Cactus Country. We were very tempted, but for some reason, just didn't walk away with anything, which is a little sad because we always like to come home with a little something from Cactus Country, but for some reason, we just didn't this year. Next stop was Bridgewater Nursery. Bridgewater Nursery. No plants either from Bridgewater Nursery. I don't know what was going on. I was like being really picky. I'm already happy with a lot of the common plants that I have in my garden. I'm finding what works, what doesn't, and I'm kind of just sticking to that. So I'm buying things that are unusual, that I haven't come across before, and I would like to test them out in my garden. Yeah, so we didn't buy any plants, but we did get two pots. Hold on. We got this pot, which I thought would make a really nice pot for an indoor plant. So that's why I got this pot. We got this pot here, another terracotta pot. It was about 10 bucks. It's very pretty, so why not? Next nursery was Bunnings in Hamilton. Two plants here. One is a slightly battered crassula red coral, which I just want to test because I've always wanted to get one of these Shrek's ears type of crassulas. This one is a little beaten up, so I am going to have to nurture it so that it has new growth and new leaves that aren't looking so sun-stressed or burnt or whatever this is. I would like to see if this reddens up in my garden. I have a dwarf crassula. Yep, I can see it right now. I have a dwarf crassula outside that is quite red from the sun, and I like when crassulas redden up. So I'm going to see if this does anything. Crassula red, no, yeah, a crassula red coral. Also from Bunnings Hamilton is this. This was a good one. Aloe dichotoma. Check this out. How gorgeous is that? I just love the little, they're not really spines. Are they spines? Would you call them spines? But the little texture that the leaves have. This is I don't know if you can see this. There we go. That is supposedly the mature form. This is an aloe tree. Now I know it's got quite a while, but it just, oh, spider. I think it looks very, very sweet. Okay, I'm gonna put that down before the spider crawls on me. So that was Bunnings in Hamilton. Quick drink. All right, then where did we go? Oh, okay. Can I show this to you? This might be too big. The next nursery that we went to was this, I don't know the name of this nursery, but it was like this little general hardware store. I think it was a hardware store or like some kind of like store in this little town that we passed through, so small that they just like sold plants outside of it. We had to stop and have a look and everything was like super cheap. Anyway, I got this. Ugh. I got a yucca. How fabulous is this? I think this is very cool. This is so huge and it's only $30. Oh God, it's also gonna need a shower because there is a lot of crap. No bugs, I think, but we're gonna give it a wash down just in case. But it's trunky. I think I really like this. Yuccas are like the poor man's Dracaena Draco. They are so good, so pretty, and I love that it's just like a palm tree. I'm gonna try and show you the trunk of this. Can you see? I love it. I love it. Very easy to grow. I got it for like $30. I think that's a steal. The end. So that was like small town, unknown. I don't even think it was a nursery. I think it was just like a little thing on the side of a store or something. Okay. Next, we went to Roraima. I really hope that's how you pronounce it. There's a 99.9% chance that I'm wrong. Roraima Nursery, Roraima, which is just outside of Geelong. Let me tell you, if you're in the area, like I would go out of my way to visit this nursery again. It was spectacular. So many cacti and succulents and a good variety of rare and hybrid cacti and succulents as well. And the most beautiful display gardens. Like when I have a garden, I would want to build something like that. I would never have enough money to build anything as large as the display garden at Roraima, but whenever I do get a garden, an actual on-the-ground garden, I'm going to be thinking of Roraima. That's how impressive that whole place was. Roraima, what can I say? We walked away with so many plants here. This was the nursery that broke us. I'm happy though, I got some really incredible plants. Okay, so where do I start? This one, Pherocactus robustus. Oh God, I nearly dropped it. Holy crap. Look how many babies it's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's got 11 babies and it's freaking huge. This one's probably going to be a specimen on its own. Probably too big to put in an existing arrangement. Pherocactus robustus. Robustus it is indeed. I feel like I've got cactus spines all over my hands just from picking them up in nurseries for like 8 days. Now, this next one is a wee bit delicate. Excuse the packaging. I'm gonna try and unpack this just so you can get the full effect. All right. This one is a Pherocactus SP. I mean, look at how weird this is. This is so strange. How does nature even think of making something like this? You can see from like all the paper spines, it's pretty freaking amazing. They've got really flimsy spines, so I still wouldn't like put my hands all over this, but they're a bit more bendy is what I guess what I'm trying to say. The guy at the nursery, I think he was the owner, he was saying the bits of these fall off really easily. I told him that I wanted to repot it and he was like, good luck and don't. I'm gonna try and repot it anyway. I did have my heart set on putting it in an arrangement. I'm just gonna try. I don't know if you can see, I am so scared of tipping this over in case it all falls apart. There's a little thing, like, what do you call this? I don't know the scientific name for them, but a little part just lying on the soil there that's already fallen off. So it looks like I can propagate already. Pherocactus SP. How amazing is that? Also from Roraima Nursery, an Echeveria. I'm assuming that this is a hybrid. I think that the owner really likes to hybridize the plants. So yeah, it's a really wild looking thing, but as you know, stalky succulents are one of my favorite things. So I love them looking wild, like they've just been plucked out of the desert. Give me wild branches everywhere, as long as it looks pretty. I mean, in my view, this is like, everything is subjective, isn't it? But I'm going to keep it like this in my garden. If you don't like it, you don't have to look at my balcony. That's it. So that's just an Echeveria of some sort. And then we have a Echeveria. I've never said Echeveria. Echeveria spectabilis. Stalky. Look at that. I can totally imagine this next to a cactus. Wild, looks quite amazing. Echeveria spectabilis. Oh, I got some really great filler plants as well. We have 2 Senecio, what is it? Chalk sticks, dwarf chalk sticks, I think they are. Senecio SP dwarf, that's it. I think they're dwarf chalk sticks. I did try and have this on my balcony a couple of years ago. It just got very leggy, I think, because of where it was positioned in a lot of shade. But I'm gonna give it another go. What I'm trying to do is get this to be quite trunky. I saw this at the Roraima display gardens, and I've seen this a couple of times in pictures of like other people's gardens as well, where the trunks of these get really, really stalky, and then they like cascade over like a fence or over some rocks or something like that, and they look pretty, like when you see it en masse, it looks pretty spectacular. My balcony is very small. I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know. There's like hardly, I'm trying to get rid of plants, so I really don't know where these are gonna go. But I guess I am being very hopeful and preparing for my one day dream garden where I can have these cascading and waterfalling over some boulders or something like that. I can dream. I can dream. I thought this would make a really cute filler in some arrangement and some pot. This is a Cheridopsis? Cheridopsis. That's it, Cheridopsis. Is that really the right name? Let's look it up. Cheridopsis, that's it, Cheridopsis. Native to semi-arid regions in the far west of Namibia and South Africa. How fab. Cheridopsis. And they get these like, these little flowers that are quite similar to pig face plant flowers, but I think that's really sweet, and hopefully this is another one that can kind of like fill out a pot. It's kind of like succulent grass, isn't it? Really very cool. Now we're going to move on to some of the cacti. Aroids. Don't they have like a pronunciation thing? This from the British Cactus and Succulent Society. There is no correct way to pronounce Latin names, and people just say it as they see it generally. Areosycis. Areosyce? The spelling of it reminds me of Eurydice. So maybe I'm just going to call it Eurydice. Areosyce, Eurydice. Yeah. Areosyce, Eurydice. I should probably try and say the correct name, just so that you are not misinformed. Areosyce curvispina. Areosyce curvispina. There you go. That's my best effort. And it's got two little flowers, which I think are gonna be very sweet looking. And well, it looks like one flower's already gone, but there's another, yeah, there's another two that are about to bloom. I don't know if you can see that. So this one is done. Then you got 1, 2. That's gorgeous, huh? Look at that. And it's got 1, 2, 3 babies as well. Really sweet. And then this one is a Domingo or Dominga? Denmosa. Is that it? Denmosa rhodocantha. Denmosa rhodocantha. Couldn't quite make out what that first word is, but it seems like it is Denmosa rhodocantha. And Tim picked out this one because when it gets mature, it has the most incredible like orange-red spines. So gorgeous. All right, next one. We're gonna pump through all of these. $15 for a Euphorbia obesa hybrid trio. I mean, come on, they're really cute too. I mean, look at that. They're all hugging together really tightly. And $15 is pretty cheap for Euphorbia obesa. Gosh, obesas are expensive everywhere else. So for me, this was an incredible find. And then we have Acanthucalisium australis. Acanthucalisium australis. I mean, can you even with this color? And look at how dark the spines are. It just looks so good. Acanthucalisium australis. A fair few of these are going to go in arrangements. So, all right, we're still at Roraima. We're still going through the Roraima plants. Okay, this is cute. Areosycis, the same name as the other one, a cacti, also before. Areosycis, SP. Oh my gosh, look at this, it's so sweet. I think this is one of my faves. There's 3 flowers blooming, and then another 3, I don't know if you can see, but another 3 that are waiting to bloom. So precious. It's just such a nice green-gray color as well. What even in nature is this? So pretty. So, so pretty. This next one is a wish list plant. Oh, it's wobbly. I'm going to have to be very careful with this. It's a fan aloe. Oh my God. Just look at it. Tim and I have been wanting one of these for ages, and this was such an affordable price for what it was. It's Aloe plicatillis is the botanical name, and this was $16.50, which is quite cheap here in Australia. If you look at these on Marketplace, something like this I think would be like 40 bucks. This is pretty good. Look at that. Just there, like that crisscross pattern. Oh my gosh. It's just such a nice blue color. And if you've ever seen one of these mature, can't even. A long way to go, but you know, you got to start somewhere. All right, this is moving around, so I'm just going to put this down so I don't really hurt it anymore. Okay, last one from Roraima, another wish list plant. This is a Dioscorea discolor. Can you even with these leaves? I can't at all. Shut up. Look at it. Okay, so this leaf is a little wrecked, but look at the backs. I'm just trying to show you. Oh my God. What even is this? It's like magic. So from what I know of these plants, and what the owner was also telling me, was that they're going to grow quite quickly in growing season. Like I can already see a new shoot here. Oh, now I did not position this, but this has already wrapped itself around quite tightly on this bamboo stick. These need something to climb. So yeah, this is gonna just shoot for the heavens. This is, God, look at it. Oh, look at this little baby one. Look at this little baby leaf. Why? Why are you so cute? And that's the last one from Roraima Nursery. Wow, that was a lot of plants from Roraima. Roraima. Where did we go next? We went to Bunnings in Shepparton. I just need to check which plants I got in Bunnings Shepparton. Small ones over here. Okay, my back. Bunnings Shepparton, we got this double-headed mammillaria. How cute is that? I mean, nothing really special about this one, but it looks cool, and I'm gonna put it in an arrangement somewhere. Yeah, nothing more to say about that. This one's really funny because of the amount of babies that it's got. Look at this. What even is that? Who does that? I know I've seen a lot of cacti do this actually. They're just covered in babies. I think it's still pretty funny. I'm like holding on to this cactus for dear life so it doesn't slide out of its pot, but there you go. How funny is that? It's ridiculous and it's fun. And that's what I like about cacti and succulents. So, ow, mother F. Is this a flower as well, just popping up? Don't know if you can kind of like see that little white bud, like right there. That could be a flower. I don't know. Time will tell. The third thing that I got from Bunnings in Shepparton, and this is a wish list plant, so Bunnings for the win for some reason, is this. Alocasia infernalis. Look at it. What even are these leaves? Someone tell me. It's like witchcraft in a plant. I absolutely love it. The leaves are like a shiny black, and it looks like the growth rate is quite fast. So we'll just see how this goes. This is a rescue plant. It was down from $30 and I bought it for $12. So it might need just a little bit of help along the way, but I'm here for it because look at it. Who does this? Eh? Alocasia infernalis. I think I was pronouncing it infernalis in the video. But you know what? Choose your own adventure with these pronunciations. Mine will be infernalis. Alocasia infernalis. And then we went to a nursery called Park Lane Community Gardens or something like that. Park Lane Community Gardens. We got this Mammillaria Pico Compacta. Mammillaria Pico Compacta, which I was like, we have to get this because look at it. It's got 3 babies growing on top. I thought that was pretty cute. Let's see if I can get a top shot of that. Soil falling everywhere, but you know, the things you'll do for YouTube. It's so cute. It is so, so cute. Mammillaria Pico Compacta. So we got that from Park Lane Nursery, which is in Wangaratta. I think that's how you pronounce the name of the town, but you know, I'm never correct. We also got one pot from Park Lane Nursery in Wangaratta. So this is the pot that we bought from Park Lane Nursery. I love how green this is. I love it. So this will be for a nice indoor plant of some kind. Maybe the Infernalis can go in there. That'd look nice with the black leaves. What do you think? I think that could be a goer. Wow. Okay, that'll be a job for another time. So that was Park Lane Nursery, and then the last place that we went to on our drive back up to Sydney was Bunnings in Wangaratta, which is, from what I can see, a kind of cutish little town, like very small. What did we get from there? Oh, okay, they're all the way over there. Okay, hold on. All right, so we got this one. Wow, dirt everywhere. We got this, which we're going to call ballsack. Triple ballsack or crested ballsack. I don't know. But one of the balls is crested. Can you see? I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, you can see how it earned the name that it did. But go Bunnings for like the weird and wonderful collection that they managed to cultivate over the holidays across their New South Wales and Victoria chain stores. This was another one that we got. Don't know what this one is. Don't know. If you know, let me know. We thought that this cute little clump here would look really nice in an arrangement of some sort. It's very sweet. If you count this as the main cactus, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 babies that I can see. And then Bunnings again for the win with my wish list plants. Like really, you are pulling out all the stops for Christmas. This is a philodendron atabapoense. Name tag there and plant here. So it's still a little baby, but one of my wish list plants. I call this the poor person's spiritus sancti. And look at the backs of these. Look at that color. Front and then back. How cool is that? I'm really happy I got this. This was $22 from Bunnings. So if you want an atabapoense, I keep mixing up the B and the P. So I say atabapoense, and it's actually atabapoense. If you want a philodendron atabapoense, go to Bunnings in Wangaratta. I didn't see any of these plants. So like, yeah, for some reason, different Bunnings had different rare plants. They don't all stock the same thing. They stock a lot of the same thing, but like I find that at one Bunnings, they might have an Alocasia aslanii, and then at another Bunnings, they might have an Alocasia milo, or at another Bunnings, they might have like a philodendron gloriosum or something like that. So they're not all stocking the same kind of like rare aroids. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I'm so glad that I found this plant because I've just been wanting it for so long. So that was the last plant place that we visited on our way back to Sydney. But guess what? We did go to a couple of plant places this morning, and because it's still the holidays and I seem to be on a roll here, we did pick up another couple of plants. So I'm just going to show you these now. So we went to Glenhaven this morning. We went to Flower Power in Glenhaven and we picked this up. Oh. Okay, at a glance, it looks like another mammillaria, but look a little closer. It's freaking cresting. And there's one crest there. And yeah, there's another crest just along there. Isn't that wild? It's so fun when you pick up these kinds of plants at like Flower Power and Bunnings, because I don't think anyone else really realizes the rarity of these type. Like no one, like there'd be only a small handful of people that would walk past the cactus and succulent section and be like, oh my God, it's monstrosing. But I think that looks quite amazing. So that was from Flower Power. And then of course we had to go to Bunnings in Glenhaven as well. Let me show you. We got an Echeveria bee's knees with babies as well. So cute. I did have bee's knees in the Russell pot, but it got root mealy, it dried up, and it just wouldn't it never bounced back. So I've decided to give bee's knees another go in my garden because I do like them. And they clump a lot, they're a really great filler, kind of like hen and chicks type of plant. So I'm giving it another go. All right, this one is Echeveria Ben Battis. This whole pot was something like 12 bucks. It's cheap for Sydney. It's cheap for Sydney prices. This is the main flower here, and then these are all the pups, which is just unreal. I mean, look at that. So many babies. That's another one. Oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. Yeah, that's another one that's gonna go into a pot as a filler. I did have this in my plant, in a planter before, but it got, what happened to it? Did it get stressed? It might have gotten rot from all the rain, from the 2022 La Nina constant daily rainfall. So I'm giving it another chance in a much more aerated mix. Please don't die on me because you're very pretty. And then lastly, we have Echinopsis Hakujo. Oh, dirt okay. Tag's coming out. Echinopsis Hakujo, which is gorgeous. Let me look at this. I've seen this around a couple of Bunnings, I think, and we just decided to get this today because it's very pretty. I don't think this grows very big. I think Tim was saying when he looked it up, he was saying that it doesn't get much bigger than this. So this is probably going to go in an arrangement because it'll be, you know, fun for something to kind of just stay this size. Echinopsis Hakujo, and I think it might be, if you can see, it might be getting some flowers, which is very exciting. That's it. That's all the plants. It's a lot of plants, and this video took a while to film. So, gosh. All right, I'm gonna go and do all the chores I was meant to do this morning, but I went to Flower Power and Bunnings instead, so I'm running very behind on a lot of things. Look, it seems that there's going to be a lot of arrangements, planting, and hopefully I'm also wanting to get my little outdoor table and chair set really soon. I really want to do it. Now that I've got a little bit of time before I have to get back to work, I just want to get the balcony straightened out. So you're going to be joining me for a lot of that kind of stuff. If you've made it this far, thank you for letting me share this collection with you. And if you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, all of the things, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.